start the new year in Gasho. As the light of a small candle will spread from one to another in succession, so the light of Buddha's compassion will pass on from one mind to another endlessly. The children of Buddha, realizing the spirit of boundless compassion, adopts this task of enlightenment and purification and passes it on from one generation to another in order to make the Buddhist land glorified eternally and forever. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Namo Namo. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How's it going to be? It's for each of us to determine. Okay, so we're very privileged, as you recall, that we have a custom here at the Buddhist Church of San Francisco to welcome our bishop, whoever the bishop is. The custom is that he or she will join us for the first service of the year here at the Buddhist Church of San Francisco, which is the flagship temple of the Buddhist Churches of America, this being the first one established here in San Francisco in 1899. So we continue that tradition of being that connected with the BCA headquarters, not only spiritually, but physically. We share the same footprint here in San Francisco, Japantown. And so that's going to be part of the coming year, to look at that relationship. And also this year will mark the, what number is it? Well, anyway, in Labor Day weekend, we're going to be hosting the International World Buddhist Women's Convention here in San Francisco, Labor Day weekend. So I hope you're all looking forward to that opportunity to welcome our fellow Shin Buddhists from around the world, meaning the districts that are part of the Nishihonganji, which are in Hawaii, Canada, South America, Japan. Japan, and more recently, Europe. So, the Shin Buddhist tradition is becoming more of a global tradition, and we continue to be part of that lineage and heritage. So, this is something that we'll be commemorating in Labor Day when we welcome the members of the World Buddhist Women's Association. Is it too warm or too cold for you?
I've heard that it sounds cold.
Oh, cold! Yeah, thermostats are those interesting things, because I used to always have a struggle with my wife. She's what they call samugari. She didn't like cold, and I'm the opposite, atsugari. So we'd always be messing around with the thermostat, somebody turn it up, or also with the air conditioning in the car. But anyway, taking that distraction and moving on, adjusting, adjusting, trying to find that balance, that middle path. Always a challenge in a relationship. But anyway, so today, yeah, we just had a wonderful New Year's Eve service last night that followed Elaine Sensei's metta meditation format. And we had a nice gathering to commemorate the end of 2018, and here we are to celebrate the beginning of a new year. And how many of you have received or read the new BCSF newsletter? Okay, half maybe. So what's the name of it now?
Light of Dharma.
Light of Dharma. So we have adopted a new name for the newsletter, okay, for various reasons. I don't know if I ever mentioned my personal reason for thinking about how come we got to use this name, Geppo. Okay, I mentioned it, right? Because it sounds to me like the sound in Japanese for burp. In Japanese, to burp is called geppu. That's kind of a gross name, but actually it just means monthly report. And I thought that was too generic for a Buddhist publication. So we decided we would introduce, or reintroduce actually, because we started going back in our history, and we realized the first English publication put out by our predecessor, I forget what's called, the Buddhist Mission of North America or something. Yeah, but anyway, the Buddhist Church of San Francisco's first English publication was called Light of Dharma. So that's why we're reintroducing that historic name for our newsletter. So we invite you to submit any ideas, thoughts, reflections, information to help each other connect as a Sangha. Okay? So, using that theme, you might have noticed my newest acronym. No? Okay. Okay, my newest acronym is LIGHT. L-I-G-H-T. The light of the Dharma that liberates, inspires, realizes gratitude, and then humility. And then that's the truth that sets us free. To realize the basic truth of our oneness, the basic reality that we don't exist alone, and to experience and appreciate our life in that awareness. So this is the light of the Dharma, as I appreciate it. And I hope this coming year will affirm that for each of us. And not only individually, but to the extent that we will feel naturally the energy to share that with others. So that's the little thought I just quoted from the teaching of Buddha that says, the light of a small candle will spread from one to another in succession. So the light of Buddha's compassion will pass on from one mind to another endlessly. The children of Buddha, realizing this spirit of compassion, adopt this task of enlightenment, awakening, and purification, and pass it on from one generation to another, in order to make the Buddha's land glorified eternally and forever. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So, with that, do I reintroduce myself? Okay, Leo's going to turn it over to me so that we can proceed with this wonderful custom that we've adopted here, based upon Reverend Umezu's cooperation, that we've gained the privilege of having him present with us this every New Year's Day. When he began his tenure, we asked if he wouldn't mind conducting an affirmation ceremony, because technically he's the only representative of the Honganji within the BCA that has that so-called authority or responsibility, and this gives us, those of us who would like to take refuge and then publicly being a follower of the Buddha and receive a Buddhist name to represent that, he's able to accommodate that opportunity. So, because you know, some of the old thinking, that's not old thinking, it's some people are under the impression that you get your Buddhist name when you die. Because you know, we have the custom of during the funeral memorial service of presenting a Buddhist name. But that came about because long time ago, previously, only the Gomonshu, you know, the titular head of our denomination, who's at the Mother Temple in Kyoto, was the only one, and it's still the case today, to present a Buddhist name. So if anybody would like to go receive a Buddhist name, you go to Japan, or you wait till he came here. And that's why you would recall, long time ago, they'd have these mass confirmation ceremonies where, you know, hundreds of people show up and then assembly line, you just get the name and move on. But lately, because of this new arrangement, we have the opportunity to have the bishop. So on special occasion, you might notice at different temples that he's present, they'll have an affirmation ceremony. That's the only distinction we call when the Monchu officiates, it's called confirmation, or they call it the Kyoshiki in And if it's the bishop presiding, then it's called Affirmation, Kieshiki. Okay, just to make that little institutional distinction. But the main thing is individually we have the opportunity to decide to become publicly a follower of the Buddha and receive a Buddhist name. And here we have the opportunity to compose the name. Otherwise, you just get what you're given. You don't have to, but that's the special opportunity. So this morning, I'm very pleased to announce that we have 4 affirmants that are chosen to participate in this special ceremony. So I'll go ahead and proceed with that at this time. But I gotta go change my shoes, so wait a minute. Change my shoe. Joe no shoe. Nani shoe.